Hello everyone and welcome back to Zielonka. This is episode 7 of our Premium Edition playthrough. We got our starting farm over here, and last episode, episode 6, we did harvest this field of red beets and took it all down to the soup factory, which we own. In today's episode, we're going to start by harvesting these carrots here. Let's go ahead and fire up the Zeta crystal. Fire up our DeWolf harvester and get going. Right, so I'm gonna branch off a little bit here. There is some sort of a glitch here with this harvester. As you can see, the things moving on the conveyor belts are kind of red, but the thing dropping in is orange. And it did this last episode too. That's the texture for red beets. That's what they look like on the conveyor belt. Last episode, when I started harvesting the red beets, it had a white, stringy texture on the conveyor belt, which was what the parsnips looked like. So for whatever reason, it does that sometimes, where it'll just have the wrong texture. And see, look, now it's the right texture. So it's just the first time that you start harvesting after you switch from a different crop. Interesting. Man, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I caught that. Anyways, as you can see in the top right, $406,000. We have a lot of money. And that is because we sold, last episode, we sold a bunch of potato soup and a bunch of parsnip soup, as well as some wheat and sorghum that we harvested on some of our fields that we do own. All of that combined up to about $370-some thousand, because we already had $30,000. So we are now rolling in money, absolutely swimming in it. And what I'm going to do is buy a tractor. We've been running with two tractors, this Zeta Crystal here and the Fiat Agri over there. It's currently carting. We've been running with those for quite some time, and I think it's definitely time for an upgrade. It is episode 7, and we are going to be purchasing a new tractor. And in order to figure out which one, I kind of looked at the options and put out a poll on my channel. And currently, the tractor winning is the Kloss Axion. The second, there were just two of them. The Kloss Axion and the Deutz-Fahr Series 8. I believe the poll said Series 9, but there's no Series 9 base game, so it would have to be a mod. Anyways, as the Kloss Axion is winning right now and I have enough money to buy it, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let's just get this guy. Oh wow, that filled up really fast. I'm going to actually unload this first. And let's just dump in the little guy back here. It's looking like we might get a lot of carrots off this field. It's been doubly fertilized, but so are the red beets. Maybe the carrots just yield better, I don't know. Right, let's get this guy on a worker. Whoops, gotta put the pipe down. Oops, okay, let's check the vehicle sale. So, as you can see, there is a Kloss Axion in the vehicle shop, but that's the Axion 800. I want the Axion 900, which is, or the 960. That's what I want. The Kloss Axion 960. Now, how much more? Wow, that's expensive. So to go from the 920, which has 325 horsepower, you add 30 horsepower, and it costs 15,000. We add another 30 horsepower for another 15 grand. Here we add 25 horsepower, and it's 12.5 grand. 445 would be nice. 385 might be enough. Let's see. I do want to plow, so let me just show you guys what fields I've got. All of these here, right? I want to plow up all of these fields into one big field. And in order to do that, I need a bigger tractor because I am not using these small tractors in like a 4-bottom plow to do all that. That is going to take absolutely ages to plow all those fields together. So instead what I will do, buy a better tractor, a big plow, and plow them up. And I am going to plow all the fields just so they're all uniform, because as you can see, there's a lot of different textures on all these fields. We got sorghum, potato, red beets, carrots that are getting harvested now, and then we have one field up there that's been cultivated. I am going to plow all the fields so they look uniform, and then don't know what we're planting yet. If you have any suggestions, feel free to comment down below and give me some feedback. That would be greatly appreciated. Alright, let's look at some plows just so we know kind of what horsepower we're looking at for a big one. So we've got this Lemken, I like this one, 4.9 meters, and then the Kverneland with 6 meters. And it has the pack on that. I think that's the one I want to go with. 360 horsepower. So all I need is the 940, Axion 940. I am going to go with Midas. And we're going to do wide tires and weights on that. $312,200. I now own a new tractor. And that'll go 31 miles an hour. I think it'll really go like 32. Just like this one says 15, but as you can see here, we're going to get going, and boom, 16 miles an hour. It fluctuates, but yeah, 16. So most tractors can actually go 1 mile an hour more than what it says it can do, which I think is really weird, and I don't know why they did that, but whatever. Look at that. Beauty of a machine. Let's go ahead and get the plow. I'm not going to buy it because that's going to eat up like all of my money. I'm going to lease it, and that looks absolutely humongous compared to the size of the tractor. We may want to go with the twins on this. Let's go ahead and put some twins on it, twin wheels on the tractor just for right now. I think it's going to cost a lot, unfortunately. 16 grand. Gosh dang, that's expensive. But it should be more well equipped for the plow. May not be the most realistic setup I've got going, but I don't know, I like it, so that's what we're going to roll with. And that looks a little bit better now that the tractor's got some substantial size to it. Just pull this into the yard here. And that's full. I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse. Just jump right into it, man. We're going guns blazing today. We're going to knock out quite a bit of this carrot field here. Not corn, carrots. Going to try to get a fair bit of it done, if not all of it, in this episode. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy it. Let's do it. Well, we've certainly been making some really good progress. Just got a little bit left on the field here, and we'll be done. I have quite a bit of carrots in the soup factory right now, 107,000 liters, and we've been making carrot soup, although not very fast because I have the time set to 0.5. As you can see, this tractor has been getting some serious use. 9.8 hours, and the fuel is almost gone. Durability is about half, so we're going to have to get this thing repaired and refueled. Honestly, I will probably take the Zetor to the soup factory next time instead of the Fiat, just so we can refuel the Zetor, because the gas station is kind of on the way, or on a way that I could take. If I take the shortcut that I usually use, I don't go by the gas station, but if I go through town, I go right next to the gas station. So I'll just go that way and get the tractor all fueled up, because I don't have a fuel pump on the farm. I think what I probably should have been doing this whole time I've been harvesting is having the Kloss Axion that we just bought, our new tractor, having that cultivate up the fields over there. I don't know if I want to plow them together yet or not. I probably will, honestly. So I can just honestly get the Kloss on that right away. I'll just throw this thing on a worker and go and do that. Alright, I have not used one of these in such a long time. I gotta be on the other side, don't I? So we'll start over here. Just lined it up there. I should probably pull away a little bit and then turn on create fields. Realistically, you wouldn't be turning with this thing in the ground. That would break those furrows right off. Okay, and then I would go down here. I'm not gonna plow all of these things up together. At least for right now, we'll just plow in between them. So once I get these little scratch marks made, can just go straight up and down instead of keeping this kind of heading. It's got some get up and go, this tractor. Wow. Just this last pass, and then we'll be going I don't know, it might even be wide enough to just do one path up on the dirt track. The reason I went with the Pack-A-Mat system is just to give it that smooth finish on top. I think it looks quite a bit better, and it'll be smoother to drive on, better traction, just nicer to look at in general. It'll take 2 passes. Then after I get it plowed together, I can just grab our disc harrow we've got and use this thing to disc up the fields, disc till them. And they'll be ready for planting, which we'll probably tackle next episode, maybe? I'm not sure. There's going to be a big planting episode at some point, because we got to plant up these 2 fields, and then once we plow all of those fields together, we got to plant all them up too. I think I'm going to go with vegetables for all of these two fields here. And then the big field, I don't think I'm going to do vegetables right at the beginning. I'm going to wait. Eventually I want to do a really big vegetable harvest. Not right now. We've only just begun. There's no need to be rushing into that. I think I'll do probably carrots on these. I'm not sure. Carrots are fun. Looks pretty ugly, but they are now two conjoined fields. And this track here that I'm driving on no longer exists. What in the world is this worker doing? He's missing stuff all over the place. And I have to pay him for that? That's dumb. I think this would look a little better if we didn't have the twin wheels on there. Just about as wide as the disc is, so doesn't quite look the best. Just drive this thing forward a bit and drop the weight off because I want the cloths to use it. The Fiat doesn't need it, it's just karting. This probably doesn't need the weight either. I mean, the disc is heavy, but it's not going to be too heavy for this thing. This thing is huge. It's a massive tractor. Let's just look at it in comparison to our biggest tractor beforehand. Quite a vast difference there. Whoop. Okay, over to the field. There we go. Yeah, that thing did not struggle at all getting up to speed with this in the ground. I think it requires like 180 horsepower or something, but obviously this Kloss has a lot more than that. I think it's 385. This does have big duals on, so it's going to take a bit to turn around, so I'm going to do 3 little passes. Give it plenty of room. And then down on the other side of the field, we'll do the exact same thing. Right, we got the headlands done. Now let's hire a worker and see what he does. Doing pretty good so far. Of course, he's no surprise there. He's just going straight. I'm a little worried as to what he's going to do when he gets to the stuff that's been plowed. Okay. Looks like he'll keep going. Ah, see, there it is. He picks up his disc harrow and thinks he's done. It's not what I wanted. Anyways, he could probably just do one field and then switch over to the other later on. It's no big deal, but would have been nice if he would just do the whole field at once. Alright, let's get this harvester emptied out and then we'll finish the harvest. One little pass left. I hope it all fits in the hopper. And that'll be a wrap. As you saw, I switched the Fiat out, or in, for the Zetor, just because I didn't want the Zetor to run out of gas. It's a little annoying. I keep accidentally getting 2 rows instead of 1. It's a 1-row machine. Even if I could do 2 rows every single time, I want to do 1. It's what it's meant for. They just made the working width just a little bit too wide for what it should be, so isn't terrible, you know. If you have difficulty hitting the rows right on, or you're using keyboard and mouse or something, so you don't have quite as fine-tuned adjustments capabilities, then it would be nice to have a little bit too wide of a working width. But it is what it is. It's a new, they may make some adjustments and stuff. It's brand new system, so okay, we gotta get this thing returned. Have a bumpy ride off the curb. Not sure why those curbs are so rigid. It's pretty tough to drive over them. Alright, did 5.5 hours with that harvester. That is bonkers. Not sure what I want the Fiat to do next. So we're just gonna park him right here. Nice. I kind of forgot about him. He's been cranking away. These trailers are going to be way too heavy for this tractor. Let's start the long and treacherous process to the gas station, and then actually I'm going to go to the soup factory first, and I'll just leave the trailers there, maybe? I don't know. I'll just go there first, so the trailers are empty when I go to the gas station. Let's dump the carrots, so we can get a bit of a grand total. I mean, it won't be super accurate, because I have been making soup this whole time, but it'll be pretty close. It's a pretty impressive trailer that it's able to... Those are some mean hydraulics. They look big. I think that is the biggest side dump trailer in the game, and it is new with the premium expansion. Most of my things are. The trailer is, the disc harrow is, the forklift, both tractors, my pickup, and of course the vegetable harvesters. I wonder if there's any apples around here. There probably are. I'll just look for them another time. $227 to fill that thing up. And it's been going 10.2 hours, so that is not all that expensive. Fortunately, I believe this next part is going to be a lot more pricey. We're going to take this to the store and repair it, because it's been working hard, and it could use a good repair. But yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be a lot more expensive than the gas. Which, you know, could be put into like a running costs category. You know, you pay for your fuel and then you pay for running costs. Maybe a lease payment if you're doing that. So it is one thing that you can budget for when you purchase a vehicle or a tractor or an implement or whatever. There's going to be daily costs associated with every day of running it. Good tractor though. Looks really good. A little underpowered and slow for when where we're taking the farm to. But yeah. When you get big and you've got tons of vehicles and farmland, it just doesn't feel quite as sweet if you haven't had the humble beginnings that we've had. So it'll be $2,400 to repair it, and I am not repainting that. Paint looks alright, a little scratched up and stuff, but doesn't have to be pretty. It's a tractor, it's just gotta work nice. It is pretty though. I'm glad I switched it out for that blue. Well, lots changed this episode. These last, well, I should say this month. I mean, I guess we just really harvested the carrot field this episode, but this month of December, it's been a lot of turnover. We've sold all our produce and finished harvesting the parsnips, then we harvested the red beets and then the carrots. Bought a new tractor with all the proceeds, rented a plow, and we're going to plow all these fields up together yet this month. Plowed those 2 fields up there together, and we're turning them over so we can plant them up next month. A lot of changes happening on the farm. I'm going to use the Fiat to till up the other side of that field, and the Kloss is going to come back and grab the plow to plow all of those fields. And that's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. While you're down there, consider subscribing. It's absolutely free, and you can take it back anytime if you change your mind. It's greatly appreciated by me, and it helps out my channel. So, yeah, feel free to do that, and leave me some feedback. Whether it's maybe the next tractor you want to see, or what fields to get, plants to grow, production chains to get into, or just some things you want to know about how farming works or what there is to do with the premium expansion. And I'd be happy to oblige and let you guys know. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Peace.